Hello everybody and welcome back to Physic's Den. If you enjoyed the video today, please do leave it one of those lovely likes and subscribe if you want to help support this little bastard over here. I'd appreciate it ever so much. Times are getting tough, you know what I mean. I've got a video for you today which should be a little bit more light-hearted than my last two videos, which were delving into some darker topics. Today we're gonna kick it old school and do a little Buzzfeed rebuttal, because my god do they piss me off. And I think everyone can agree with me on that one, that Buzzfeed is fueled by genuine racism that I absolutely despise. So, without further ado, let's rickety roll that intro. So guys, I promise you I'm wearing these glasses for good reason. I've got a slight issue going on here, but I'm not going to be talking about that today, so just forget about it. I just wanted you to know that I'm wearing them for good reason. I'm not just being a tit that wears sunglasses indoors. Anyway, on with the video of today. Today we're going to be kicking it old school and having a look at one of Buzzfeed's videos. Now, I tried looking for this video, but I actually couldn't find it. I don't know if they deleted it or what. I mean, well done if you did. It's the right thing to do. But anyway, I found a re-upload, so still up online. This is called 33 Questions White People Have for White People. Good God, could you please just stop dividing our races, please? Please, just fucking stop. It's ridiculous. I'm getting sick of this. The left thinking that they're the most tolerant, but producing such shit like this that completely tears races apart. It's an absolute joke. So let's dive into this little number and see what we got.
Why do you assume only other races like fried chicken? I love fried chicken. It should be a white person stereotype because of me. Why do we make it so we only have pumpkin in the fall? I want pumpkin all the time.
We don't make it like that. Eat pumpkin whenever you want. Yes, it's part of a Halloween tradition, but who has ever said that you can only eat it at that time? Buddy?
Why can't most white people dance?
Seriously, like, is it genetic or something? Do we have like stiff hips or like 2 left feet?
This one's a funny one because it's almost like double racism. First of all, you're claiming that all white people can't dance, which is fucking ludicrous. Who ever says that? Who says that? Only you are saying that. If you think that, then you're a racist person for thinking that. And then you're also suggesting that only other races can dance, which is again racist.
I can dance.
Why can't most white people dance?
I can dance.
Then why did you bring up the point that white people can't dance? What?
Why do you get so annoyed when other people don't speak English?
What? Who says that? What white people think that? No one gets annoyed when other people don't speak English. Unless, again, you're assuming that all white people are racist. What is the thought process when you're making these videos? You bunch of complete f***ing idiots. Christ.
Why do we get so excited to brag on Instagram that we went to this really cool, authentic cultural festival, even though we went with all of our white friends?
Okay, well, this is oddly specific, but are we not allowed to be excited to go to an authentic cultural festival with our white friends? What are you suggesting? That we have to bring friends of other races for us to be allowed to be excited? What the f*** are you talking about?
Why do white people spray tan until they turn orange?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that it's only the white race that uses spray tan. And oh, sorry, I forgot that every white person sprays themselves with spray tan till they turn orange. every white person, including myself, which is why I'm covered from head to toe in spray tan, just to look orange. Again, the f*** are you talking about?
Can't you just be comfortable in your own body?
I'm just saying, it's not tan, it's orange.
Have you ever heard of a little thing called lower self-esteem? Have you ever heard of a little thing called social anxiety? Have you ever heard of a little thing called people trying to fit in with other groups of people? Have you just forgotten about all of that with your ridiculously over-the-top racist brains?
Why do you think that since you've seen 5 seasons of The Wire, you're a cultural expert?
Why do you have to speak in a way that makes me want to f***ing end my life?
Why do you think that since you've seen 5 seasons of The Wire, you're a cultural expert?
Again, what? How is that in any way race specific? What are you talking about? And The Wire isn't even that much of a program that's about culture. It's more about corruption, and that is so just random. It's because you can't think of. It's because there aren't any stereotypes. You have to come up with this complete random nonsense that means jack shit. Who thinks that? 1. Who thinks that? 2. Is it only white people that are allowed to think that they know a bit more about culture because they've seen The Wire? What?
Why do you believe everything you see on TV when it comes to other races?
I have no words. Do I need to say anything about how dumb this is? No, I don't. My fans are smart enough for that.
Why do we get upset when a TV show becomes diverse, even though diverse usually just means 2 to 3 people of color?
Again, who thinks that? Because absolutely no one f***ing does. Who gets annoyed when something becomes more diverse? Seriously? I've seen a lot of people get upset when something becomes less diverse. Let's have a look at the new film Dunkirk, which featured white soldiers, because that's historically accurate, and tons of people got pissed off about it. It's like, please, just stop. You don't be so f***ing dumb. It doesn't need diversity. It's a historically accurate film. God damn it.
Why do you assume movies with white stars are automatically more relatable than movies with people of color?
No one does. Okay? No one does.
People of color have had to relate to white characters for all of cinematic history.
If you are literally only including a small part of cinematic history that featured white cast members, don't forget, there are a few more countries in this world than England and America. I think there are a few more movies in this world that don't just have white people in them. You racist fuck.
Why is Viola Davis the first black woman to win an Emmy for Best Actress?
In what way is that a question for all white people?
Why don't we know the difference between appropriation and appreciation?
You're just assuming that people don't know the difference. That's both being a pompous prick and being racist. Double well done.
Can't we figure out how to make our own pop culture, our own slang, our own cool clothes, instead of stealing other people's cool clothes and then saying that they are our cool clothes?
Oh my god, what the big giant fuck are you talking about? I'm pretty sure that white people have come up with things without just stealing other people's ideas. How racist are you guys? That's one of the worst things I've heard from Buzzfeed. What a ridiculous statement to make. Yes, all white people, you only steal things from other cultures. You have no pop culture. Oh, me. I didn't realise that we have no pop culture. Oh, wow. Again, I don't need to explain how stupid that is.
Why are white people obsessed with Wes Anderson?
I don't know. Is it maybe because he's an incredibly talented person? Is it because he's an amazing director? Is it because he's an incredible writer? What? I'm sure there are more than just white people that appreciate Wes Anderson. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the worst Buzzfeed video I've ever seen, I swear to God. Where are you coming up with these stupid fucking things?
Why would you ever say thug life? It's a bad life.
It's a joke. It's a joke that's also used by other people that aren't white. Wow! Do you really not understand that yourself? Does BuzzFeed not understand that? Really? You're just... every sentence proves how more stupid and racist you are as a conglomerate. For God's sake. And can you come up with something a little bit more interesting than a red background? Seriously. You have the most predictable, boring, crap style of content. Get real.
What do you have against seasoning and spiciness? Didn't Christopher Columbus discover America looking for spices?
What does who have against seasoning and spiciness? No one. No one. Seasoning makes food taste nicer. I think most meals that are ever prepared have fucking seasoning in them. Most friends I've ever met love spicy food. I like seasoning. I like cooking. I like herbs. What? What are you on? What are you talking about? Look what you're doing to me. Jesus Christ.
Why do you try to avoid confrontation at all costs?
Why?
Who? What? Just white people in general? Since when is it a white specific stereotype that we want to avoid confrontation? It's a human stereotype to want to avoid confrontation. Have you ever heard of fight or flight? We don't like confrontation. My fucking God.
Why is it crazy that I'm white and I have a big butt?
It's not. No one thinks that. But again, you're being racist and assuming that all white people stereotype black people as having big butts. No one, we don't think that. Anyone can have a big booty. Like myself. Thick as.
Why do you make such a big deal when somebody doesn't want to hike?
Huh? What? Wow. What? What?
Why do you keep talking about reverse racism? That is not a thing.
We are the people in power.
Racism is about oppression. Sorry, white people have not been oppressed.
Okay, well, let me stop you right there, because that statement is completely untrue. Have you ever heard of the slave trade? Yes, of course you have. You've heard of the black slave trade. Have you ever heard of the white slave trade? Have you ever heard of the Arab slave trade? Where millions of white people were enslaved. Yes, we've been oppressed. You fucking idiots. Look into history, you dumbass. Stop just thinking, oh, there's only a black slave trade. That's the only thing that's ever existed. Only other races that aren't white have been oppressed. Shut the f up. White privilege, f off. No such thing. Sorry if I'm getting a bit heated, but it's bollocks. It's absolute bullshit.
Why are you too afraid to speak up when someone says something racist?
In what context are you talking about? That is so vague. There could be so many reasons why someone wouldn't speak up when someone says something racist. What if you're out in the middle of the ghetto, taking a stroll, and there's a bit of a racial conflict going on? Would you be too afraid to step up in fear of getting shot? I think you would. I think you maybe you would. And again, you're just accusing the whole white race of being afraid to speak up about racism. That is absolute nonsense. Context matters. Context really matters. You can't just throw out ridiculous statements like that without a bit of context.
Why do we think that having one friend of color means that nothing we say or do could possibly ever be racist?
If you think that, you're an idiot. And if you assume that all white people think that, you're also an idiot. Well done, idiot, for that stupid statement. Why is that always brought up? Why is that statement constantly spoken? It's ridiculous. No one in the world thinks that they have more right to speak about race just because they have a couple friends that are from other countries.
Why does being half white automatically make my commentary on white culture only half true? I am just as much white as I am Mexican.
I have never once in my whole life heard someone say that. No one thinks that. I now think you've got to the point where you're making up random statements that some people will just think is true. You're just making up the most ridiculous, non-existent stereotypes. Again, you're just ripping apart races. You're completely dividing us. Well done for that. You've done the total opposite for what I assume you wanted to do initially. You're the crappiest. You're the worst channel. You're terrible. You're absolute racist idiots.
Why do you believe that Black Lives Matter means that your life doesn't matter?
Okay, for this one, this again has absolutely nothing to do with solely the white race. But for this one, I would say it is stupid when people think that Black Lives Matter excludes everyone else. Of course it means Black Lives Matter, as well as everyone else. Black Lives Matter. But I've got real problems with a lot of Black Lives Matter, because a lot of Black Lives Matter isn't what a lot of you leftists think. Black Lives Matter is often completely supported by leftists that haven't got a clue about their dark side. God damn it, that... You know what I meant. That didn't mean to sound racist. A lot of Black Lives Matter is a wonderful organisation. A lot of Black Lives Matter are a bunch of ruthless f***ing idiots that cause way more problems for themselves than they do help themselves. But, Jesus Christ, don't barrage me with comments about how I'm an idiot for saying these things. First, you need to get to know me before you start saying shit like that. So, before you comment something about what I just said, watch a few more of my videos and then you'll get to know me. I'm grey. I'm not left, I'm not right, I'm grey. As should most people be.
Every life matters. It's just that one has a harder time living.
Yes. Black people often do have a harder time living. But that doesn't mean that white people don't have a hard time either. Again, white privilege is a load of bullshit. It means nothing. We have a hard time too, you know. We have difficult lives. In America and in England, where black people and white people have exactly the same rights. And don't go and fucking throw some ridiculous statistics that are completely pulled out of your arse to tell me that I'm wrong. Because it's just not true. We all have difficulties, not just the black race.
Why do you get offended when you see a table full of black people, but not when you see a lunchroom full of white people?
What the what? Who the hell thinks that? Are you now suggesting the white race are white supremacists? As in every white person is a white supremacist? Because that's what you're kind of suggesting. What white person goes into a restaurant, sees a table of black people and thinks, oh, no, I don't want to go here. Let's go somewhere else. What the No! We don't think that. Do you think that? You? Who's saying these words? Do you think that? Do you know anyone who thinks that? No, of course you don't. And neither do the writers of whoever's writing this crap. Neither does anyone in Buzzfeed. No one thinks that. None of the white race think that. And if they do, they're really, really racist. Probably more racist than you guys, which is a bit hard to be.
Why do you always ask to have a white people club?
You already do. It's the student union. It's primarily white. They have a black student union because you don't represent them well.
Who are you talking to? This video is called 33 Questions That White People Have for White People. So who are you talking to? If you're talking to white people as a whole, in general, no, we never want solely white clubs. Racist white supremacists do, but not generally the white race. And why are you suggesting that we don't represent black people well? From every college I've been to, we do. We make a massive job of being as diverse as possible.
Why do you see the success of people of color as a threat to you?
No wonder you deleted this video. What? I don't need to say anything. My fans are smart enough.
You know that a 2-minute video about whiteness isn't reverse racism, right? 2 minutes about whiteness, hundreds of years of systemic oppression. Yeah, I think we can deal with this.
Yeah, and can I remind you that the West were the first to abolish the slave trade of the black race? Can I again remind you that the white race were enslaved as well, in far greater numbers? We've been through fucking oppression, my friend. Do a bit of history, learn yourself a thing or two, and then just shut your fucking mouth. I'm so glad this video's over before I smash my head through my computer screen. Awful video. What the fuck were you thinking when you made that? You're a bunch of absolute jokers. You haven't got a clue what you're talking about. You're incredibly racist. You divide races completely. You create this huge valley between different ethnicities that doesn't need to be there. I assume you don't want that to happen, so why don't you stop making these goddamn awful videos that completely divide races? Idiots. Bunch of idiots. Awful. I can't believe this video. Was this like a joke or something? I mean, I know obviously it is kind of a joke because it's white people having questions for white people, but wow, whoever wrote this, you're an idiot. I mean, whoever were the people that wrote these things, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You're idiots. God damn. Wow. Wow, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed this pretty random, off-the-wall video. I just thought my channel was sliding into either kind of relaxing videos or really serious videos, so I thought I'd come in with a bit of and a bit of a more funny video, if you will. Well, I hope you found it funny in some way. Watching me lose it, hopefully that's funny. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and thank you so much for all of your support. You are a wonderful group of fans. I couldn't wish for anything better. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave it a like and subscribe if you want to help support me and my channel. I will see you in the next one.